Our film begins with Mamilla waking up to start her day. A little while later, while she is preparing breakfast, she finds a garden of roses inside. When Ira asks who did this, she tells her that her mother-in-law is the one who ordered them to be brought. Of course, Mila had no say at all. During breakfast, the whole family gathers to take a picture for the cover of a magazine that tells them that they are the richest and happiest family in the city. The grandmother is there, along with her son Joe, Mila, and their daughter Angie. But you feel that everyone is there against their will because these are the grandmother's orders and they must be carried out. After the filming, a dialogue is held with Joe and Mila about how they loved each other and how much they are an ideal family. After this show party ends, she goes out to rest, and suddenly she hears the sound of glass breaking and finds herself walking on the glass. The world is still going to be destroyed. Every day, Mila's life was like Mamilla's, in which she sleeps and wakes up. She lives to carry out orders, and it is forbidden to say yes or no without permission. After a while, her mother calls her, and she wants money as usual. Her mother is a party girl, drunk and playing, and every now and then she loses and goes into debt and wants a loan to pay off. She knows that she has become embarrassed by her husband Joe because she keeps asking him for money to pay off her endless debts. But her mother only cares about herself and keeps insisting. She has no choice but to tell Joe. Of course, he gets upset and tells her that this is the last time he will pay. After that, he will tell his mother. As soon as she hears her mother-in-law's name, she tells him, "I kiss your hand. I don't need anything. What you are doing to me is enough." Then they go down to show the video of every day because Joe's company offers health and skin products called Elixir of Life. Malak knows that Grandma changed the beauty center she deals with because she wanted to look 20 years younger. One year at her birthday party, but Angie wasn't liking the atmosphere and went to her room. When Mila came out after her, she noticed that her daughter wasn't satisfied with herself and told her that people always made her feel ugly. She kept talking to her and telling her how beautiful she was. As soon as she saw the bag that she made with her own hands, she got happy and asked her to take it out with her. But Mila was still upset and told her that most of her friends always made her feel that she wasn't pretty, to the point that she thought of going to a plastic surgeon. As soon as she heard that, she refused and kept supporting her. She went to her grandmother's room and kept blaming her because she was the one who encouraged Angie to get plastic surgery. She showed her that everyone was talking about them because Angie didn't look like him or her father, and they doubted that she was her biological daughter. Suddenly, Mila came in a strange state and kept scratching herself until she was exhausted. She felt that her nerves were tired. She decides to go out with her friends to change the atmosphere, and she took with her the bag that Angie made. But no one liked it, and they were surprised by its look and brand. And that was because they are among the richest people in the country. But despite that, they had to applaud every word she said. And after a while, Joe reaches the point where everyone envies him for his kindness. And after a while, the same condition comes to her. But this time, everyone sees her and quickly runs to the bathroom to wash her hands and is shocked when she finds the wall covered in blood, and suddenly she finds the whole mirror breaking, and she sees a girl whose face was covered in blood, and she kept saying grace and kept screaming, and everyone gathered around her. But the strange thing is that they do not find anything at all. So Joe keeps on taking her to the doctor. He was afraid of the condition that she is getting into. And this is because his birthday is coming up, and he does not want a scandal in front of people. And the doctor knows that she is fine and nothing is wrong with her, and that he doubted that she was suffering from a little stress and a little anxiety and a little hallucinations. So he was surprised and didn't know what to do. So the poor girl reassured him that she was fine and took the Rojita, and they went back home. At night, she kept talking about skin diseases, and the next morning was the first day she slept. And when she went down, she took a few words from her grandmother because the decorators had been sitting since early in the morning. Anyway, after a while, she felt tired and got up and kept urinating. And then she had a strange condition and kept screaming and screaming until she fainted. As soon as she woke up, she found everyone around her, and Joe told her that she had a little stomach infection, nothing more. They were surprised when she told them, "How come I used to turn into glass?" They looked at each other, and he doubted that she had started to melt because nothing had happened. She also told them that she had seen a girl whose face was all glass, and of course there was no one there. He believes her, and Ira is the only one who was wet and looked like this. And there was a story behind her, and at night she had the same nightmare. and saw the girl whose face was all oozing and kept crying until Joe woke up and tried to get over her. But the shock was when he found her face all rash, and no one was able to understand what was happening to her or how this disease was spreading so quickly. And of course, this talk was not going to happen with the grandmother. I mean, how can someone live in all this luxury and become stressed and suffer from mental illness? She considers that she hates the blessings she has and prefers to criticize her and tells her that the life she is living was not what she dreamed of. And she thinks that she also bought a house for her mother and let them live in the best standard. The tragedy is that this cage of guava was in agreement with all of what his mother said and was pure and nothing. He says he is not present. But yes, the important thing is that his grandfather is calling Ira to bring lunch. The mullah comes up with one of her recipes, and it was spider soup. I said it is their recipe, and she knows that it is good for the skin. This little girl can't even sleep or say a word. She is forced to drink while she is silent. Then she goes out to her room and gets up to prepare an herbal recipe for her. But as she prepares the recipe, she tells Angie that she used to make this recipe for her mother when she was little. When she had allergies, she asked her to ask her about her childhood, and she tells her that she doesn't remember anything about it. She tells her that it's best to think about this life of yours. But Angie tells her, sure, your life wasn't happy, and that's why you don't remember anything about it. After a while, she asks for money, and she remembers some memories, and she stops her tongue. She tells a situation to Mella when she was little, when her mother didn't want to bring her a turban, and she says that she preferred to say that Grace is upset, and the first time Mella. When you hear the name, you are shocked because this is the name of the girl at length. She dreams about her, and when she felt that she ruined the world, she said to her, excuse me, I got old and stuff. I got confused and said that name by mistake. Mila was still recovering, and then she got her act together and went to her mother's house and kept looking through old papers, and was surprised that there were no pictures of her when she was young. When her mother asked her why she used to call me Grace, she got nervous and kept stuttering, and told her that the rest of the pictures were lost in Surabaya, the town they used to live in. After a while, she found Joe entering and knew that her mother called him to come and take her. He kept yelling at her that she was no longer able to control her actions. When she returned home, she was sad, and every day her condition was worse than the day before. They did not know if she was possessed, or envied. Anyway, they were forced to resort to the last solution, which was spiritual treatment. The healer came and took her from the swimming pool. The girl was she will go in it, but suddenly she remembers an accident that happened in the past and sees her mother and Ira standing next to her in the hospital. And as soon as she wakes up, she holds her mother and keeps asking her what she did to Grace. And everyone thought that Mila had gone crazy and that there was no hope for her, except for her sister who stayed by her side and promised her that she would believe every word she says. So she knows that she feels like she has lost a big part of her life and that she suspects that this Grace is her and they are hiding it from her. And at night she keeps telling her mother that she will not remain silent until she knows the truth. So she tells her, my daughter, I am afraid for you. No way. You will lose this life. And that she could not believe that she would let her reach what she is in now, and she will not accept that anyone spoil what she has reached. So she takes herself together and leaves without explaining anything to us. The next morning, Erica, the new makeup artist, arrives, and she was amazed by Joe's beauty and the big palace. And when she looks at her grandmother and is surprised when she enters them and immediately greets her and reminds her of herself that she was their neighbor in Sarabia, and asks her about Grace because she was one of her best friends. And as soon as Ira hears the name, she sighs in her place, but the grandmother tells her, no, you understood wrong. Ira was living next to Grace's house. So Ira decides to go out of the room before things get worse, and the doctor did not understand anything. And after she finishes her work, she asks Angie about her mother, and she knows from her that she is tired and that they are dizzy with her and do not find any solution for her. And she tells her that she always sees someone named Grace in her dreams and asks her if she can help her mother. So she asks her to see her. And indeed, Angie takes her to the room, and as soon as she sees her, she keeps saying to her, don't you remember me? I am Erica, your best friend. And she does a move like the two of them used to do together in the past. And she feels that she is close to reaching the truth. And she starts to remember the accident that happened to her. And the surprise, my dear, is that she turns out to have lost her memory, basically. And for a large period of her childhood, her memory was erased and that her real name is Grace, not Mala. And she says that it turned out that they suddenly disappeared from the city after the accident and that she kept looking for her, but she couldn't know where they went. And she tells her that she will be by her side and help her. And after that, she takes some things and walks, and at night, Mila goes down to walk in the garden. And she wishes that she is free and lives the life that she desires, even though she lives in a palace. And her life is very luxurious, but she always feels that she is not happy and that this is not the life she wants. And she tells her son Ira that freedom is in choosing your life and not that you are forced to live a life that you do not feel at all. And she keeps remembering her life that everyone envies her for. And she says that she has never felt happy and that she, most of the time, she does what is asked of her, but not what she feels. On the other hand, Erica was looking through an old photo album and thinking about how kind and loving Grace was to everyone, and that she was always sad because of her friends, because they always upset her. The next morning, she goes to her grandmother's house for her birthday party preparations and tells her that she was Mila's intimate friend. The grandmother is surprised because she has never heard that Mila has friends. Erica starts hinting to her that Mila has a secret, but she refuses to tell him. She gets together and goes to Joe and tells him that she can help him with Mila's condition. She tells him that everything she is going through is because of something that happened to her when she was young. She turns out to be spiteful and upset with her husband Mila and the life she lives. When she finds Joe surprised, she decides to strike while the iron is hot and shows him pictures of Mila when she was young before the accident. He is shocked when he sees she looked like she had been around for a long time, and she knew that her real name was Grace. And of course, Joe couldn't believe what Dana was hearing. He kept running to the older woman and telling her everything, and she was also shocked, holding on to Mella's mother, and with her dignity, she wiped the floor, tile by tile, because they laughed at them and hid the truth, and repeatedly expelled her from Theblis in which she lived. And all of this, while Mala was standing listening in shock, and suddenly she looked at me. In the mirror, you think about what exactly happened and show her what happened, my dear. She was walking with her mother, and she did not look good, and all her friends were making fun of her. I mean, just like her doctor. The important thing is that there were workers transporting a large breastplate, but it all fell and she lost her memory. At that time, the doctor performed a plastic surgery on her because her face was not useful, and her appearance completely changed. At this time, Joe's family appeared and Ira decided to help her friend. She takes them to live with her in the city, and Joe begins to feel attracted, and he loves her and married her. But she lost her memory, meaning that everything she saw wasn't just hallucination. Anyway, after a while, Joe enters and accuses her of fraud and that she was poor and loved him for the money. He tells her that all the credit goes to Erica, who opened his eyes and completed the page of shocks. This is because she thought that she found the friend of her life, and it turns out that she found the chameleon who hit her in the back. He takes some of his time and leaves and closes the door on her, and Mala remains locked in the room. The day of the grandmother's birthday comes and everyone gathers, even the lowly Erica. She goes to get closer to Joe because the place is empty. She wants to take her friend's place and sits with the grandmother and asks her to go out to check on Mala. When she goes out, the grandmother gets angry with her and tells her that she is a traitor and that she was shocked by her. So she tells her, enough of it until now. You look bad and people didn't like you. Suddenly fate changed your life, and you lived a life that you were dreaming about her and telling her that she is the one who deserves this life. Brother, this spite and hatred will kill people. And Mila agrees and repeatedly takes her and dresses her in her clothes so that she can see the rosy life that she envies her for. And Erica goes to the party and is dazzled and did not know the price for all this luxury. And suddenly everyone is happy. Mila decides to go out to them. And as soon as people see her face, they are shocked. And all the press and channels were there and filming her. And the party is ruined. And the atmosphere of his company's name is lost. Because how can the name of the company be the elixir of life? And he basically does not know how to treat his wife. After a while, he tries to go live to apologize to people. But the world was turned upside down on them, and Erica takes advantage of the situation and acts as a caring chest and apologizes, boring Ira and her son because the grandfather knew that they kicked her out of the room. But Ira tells her that she had to atone for her sin and that she thought that as long as she was hiding her past from her, she was like this. I mean, she helps her and tells her that she has become certain that happiness is not in money. Happiness is in contentment, and that each one of us gets his share from the world, whether it is beauty, money, good offspring, or health. But people, my dear, will not change, and each one will continue to begrudge the other his life. Anyway, Mila decides to free herself from this life and return to live in the village, and goes to Angie, who tells her to go and live your life, and that she will stay by her side and will communicate with her constantly. The next day, she waits for everyone to leave the house and runs away quickly before anyone sees her. Her mother sees her and tries to stop her, but she has already made the decision, and the crazy woman ruins her face so that her mother can know that this is not the life she wishes for. Suddenly, her mother falls to the ground and is about to be shocked. Angie runs to her and tells her to go and she will take care of it. She actually takes some of them and looks at us. Outside, she rides with the car phone in the middle of the flowers, and finally she does something she wants and is free. I want the end, my dear. We must be satisfied with what has been written for us and not look at what is in the hands of others, because each one of us pays a bill that the other cannot handle, and this is God's wisdom. Your hand in the like, my dear, and do not forget to tell me your opinion in a comment. And for those who are not subscribed, please subscribe so that they can receive everything new. See you in the next movie. Yeah.